as a model for post-conflict development. Plus, as the rains intensify, we focus on environment matters, how residents and more are embedded on this week's package of Sunday Magazine. I am Abubakar Musa, your host tonight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy every bit of the show as we now join Angarju Anagawa for the news segment of Sunday Magazine. Hello Angarju, it's over to you now.
Good evening. Hello Abubakar, and welcome to the news segment. I am Angarju Anagawa. Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has charged all the 27 local government area chairmen to ensure the swift and effective implementation of the new 70,000 naira minimum wage. This was during a high-level meeting with union leaders at the Government House, Maiduguri. Mohamed Goni has the reports.
At the high-level meeting attended by the state leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, and Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, Governor Zulum directed the Local Government Council chairman to engage with relevant stakeholders and come up with workable solution for the minimum wage implementation.
Those teachers that are qualified, sat with the examination, they have passed the examinations, are receiving the new minimum wage.
Governor Zulum stressed that the payment of 72,000 minimum wage has been fully implemented for state civil servants, warning against retrenchment of staff at the local government level.
I want to appeal to staff at the local government councils. Appeal to them that they should be patient enough with the government and the local government councils of Borno State, as we are doing everything possible to see how we shall implement the minimum wage.
Meanwhile, the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Local Government and Emirate Affairs, Modu Alhaji Mustafa, stressed that implementation of the 70,000 minimum wage for local government staff has been stalled due to the overbloated number of employees. According to the permanent secretary, Borno's local government councils are grappling with an unusually high number of staff, which is complicating the payroll and minimum wage administration. He revealed that Borno State's 27 local government areas collectively employ approximately 90,000 staff, a significantly higher figure compared to Kano State, which has a population 3 times larger but employs only about 30,000 staff across its 44 local government areas. Chairman, Borno State chapter of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Yusuf Inoa, commended Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum for his role in implementing the 72,000 minimum wage for primary school teachers in the state. In Maiduguri, Mohamed Goni, NTN News.
Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum has paid a condolence visit to the family of late industrialist and philanthropist Aminu Dantata in Kano. Governor Zulum, who earlier issued a heartfelt statement mourning the loss, described Dantata as a national hero and a dependable father to Borno. He praised the late businessman's enduring legacy of generosity, particularly his humanitarian support over the far-reaching impact of bridge collapse on residents, commuters, and socio-economic activities in the area. Fatima Isa reports.
The Fori Bridge, a vital infrastructure, has for years served as a crucial link between the community and major parts of Maiduguri city, including Jere local government area. The Unimba 2024 left many residents stranded and cut off from standing to their daily chores, and other opportunities abound across Maiduguri and beyond. In a swift response to support the Borno State Government reconstruction drive, the NEDC mobilized resources and began work on the bridge. Residents have welcomed the intervention, describe it as a new lease of life.
I am so happy and I'm so delighted of seeing this construction. Initially, that has been one of our prayers, because the rain is coming, and when we saw it that the place is being fixed, we are so happy and we are glad about it. Even everybody in the community are very, very happy about it.
For the past 6, 7 to 8 months, we have suffered a lot during this flood, and then now we are very, very happy. We thank the governor for giving us a good support, because this bridge will not only help us along.
The construction is progressing steadily. Authorities emphasized that the project is part of broader efforts by the NEDCs to strengthen disaster response, rebuild critical infrastructure, and enhance community resilience in the face of increased climate-related challenges across the Northeast. In Maiduguri, Fatima Isa, NTA News.
Community core members give back to their host communities. It is against this backdrop that a core member, Samson Thomas Joseph, carried out a medical outreach at Wulari Primary Health Center, Maiduguri, as a personal community development service. Royal Boni reports.
In a bid to give back to community, Samson Thomas Joseph, a core member serving in Borno State, organized a free medical outreach titled Standard Health Initiative as a personal community development service project. The outreach was carried out in collaboration with the Antimicrobial Resistance Club, University of Maiduguri, and the Medical CD. Yes, MMC Borno State. Members of the Antimicrobial Resistance Club, University of Maiduguri, took the locals through enlightening health lectures focusing on taking care of individual health and proper drug usage. After the health talks, residents participated in free consultations where health personnel attended to their medical concerns, giving out free medications and provided guidance on proper drug use and dosages. Some beneficiaries expressed gratitude for the initiative. Key contributors, including Samson Thomas Joseph, noted that the outreach was aimed at bridging healthcare gaps in underserved communities while contributing to the well-being of these communities.
The passion that I have for humanity, and in a way where I can see with my only two skills that I have, to develop the society I find myself.
The facilitator of the initiative, Samson, donated some medical items to the Wulari Primary Health Center while expressing gratitude for the opportunity to contribute to the improvement of health in the community and the support that made the outreach a success. In Maiduguri, Royal Boni, NTA News.
That brings us to the end of news segment. Over to you, Abubakar, for the rest of Sunday Magazine.
Very well, Angarju. And our cutting razor tonight shall be a trip to Borno Central. After years of displacement, uncertainty, and life in camps, hope is finally returning for thousands of families in Bama local government area, especially in Dar Jamal community, as over 3,000 internally displaced persons now have a place to call home again, thanks to the Borno State government's inauguration of 500 newly constructed housing units. The initiative is part of Governor Babagana Umar Zulum's broader reconstruction, rehabilitation and resettlement RRR program aimed at restoring lives and reviving war-torn communities. Pauline Kujivana brings the details for Sunday Magazine.
Abamu gidaje, abamu abinci, kuma a tsare mana dajin zamu yi.
Dar Jamal is one of the communities who was affected by insurgency, prompting Governor Zulum to reconstitute Bama Reconstruction Committee in 2023, which Irina Zulum at the commissioning was the chairman of the Bama Resettlement Committee and Commissioner of Education, a part of a broader reconstruction plan in Bama local government areas that includes ongoing work in Termoa and planned reconstruction in Mayenti and Kumshe. Wakilbe disclosed that 1,000 returnees, particularly those eager to resume farming this season.
Onduga is a success story. Goza is currently ongoing. So to God be the glory, a lot of our communities is being rebuilt. But you know the destruction is at an alarming scale. So we still need to do more before we are on ground. And you can see we are in the middle talking without any threat whatsoever.
The resettled families had previously been living in temporary shelter at Government Day Secondary School in Bama Town, now have permanent homes and renewed hope for stability. Received a cash grant of 400,000 naira, and each wife received an additional 25 provided relief materials such as 25 kg bags of rice, 3 liters of cooking oil, mattresses, mats and cartons.
IDPs ourselves in their ancestral home, that is their new home. The villagers, they are so happy to come here.
Official engagement, the resettlement committee paid courtesy visit to key stakeholders in Bama, including the Sheikh of Bama, Kyari Ibn Umar El Kanami, the Commander 21 Special Armored Brigade, Brigadier General T.A. Ayola, the Commanding Officer 151 Task Force, Bata Guja. Wakilbe expressed appreciation to the federal government, security agents, and security of Dar Jamal.
We are very much grateful for this exercise that which we are about to embark tomorrow. Inshallah, in our own quarter, we'll do our best and give our maximum support to the state government and the federal government to see the success of the entire process.
From 2019 to 2023, the Zulum administration has rebuilt and resettled communities such as Banki, Gurosoye, Malam Chalari, Konduga, and Goza, with Wakilbe affirming the governor's long-term vision to close all IDP camps and ensure displaced persons return to their ancestral homes by the end of 2027. The latest achievement showcased commitment of the Borno state government to rebuilding lives and communities and to creating safe, habitable, and productive environment across the states. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana.
We hope the ungodly activities of Boko Haram insurgents will never rear its ugly head again in Dar Jamal and elsewhere around. Education continues to rise from the shadows of insecurity. The unwavering commitment of stakeholders is lighting the path forward. Don Abu Kilbi journeyed across hard-to-reach schools in the state and concluded in Magumeri, Gubio, and Mobar local government areas, listening, observing, and responding to the realities faced by pupils and teachers. Beyond the classrooms, the commissioner led a delegation on a strategic courtesy visit to the Borno State Police Command and the NSCDC headquarters, seeking stronger collaboration to safeguarding learning environments and reinforce discipline in schools. Here again is Pauline Kujevana with the rest of the story.
Next time,
in Magumeri, the commissioner was accompanied by the newly appointed Education Secretary Umar Ardoram and began visit to Hoyo Chingoyo Primary School, where Wakilbe commended the secretary for his dedication and zeal, and thereafter proceeded to inspect ICT Center and the Vocational Training Center, emphasizing the importance of skill-based education. While in Gubio, the commissioner was received by the council chairman, Mali Bulama Mali Gubio, the Education Secretary, and key stakeholders, where Wakilbe flagged off a school enrollment drive, encouraging stakeholders to intensify advocacy for enrollment and retention. He applauded the chairman's initiative in launching a school feeding program and providing retention materials to enhance learning outcomes. The commissioner also inspected facilities including Government Secondary School Gubio, newly completed High Islamic School, an ICT center, and a primary school managed by the Guzamala Local Government Education Authority. In a similar engagement in Damasak, headquarters of Moba Local Government Area, the commissioner was received by the Vice Chairman Bukar Kuluma, Education Secretary Dr. Ibrahim Kareto, among other traditional title holders, and visited Government Secondary School Damasak and Zanna Umarti Primary School, both within the same premises, and later inspected Mohammed Gwani Central Primary School, assessing renovation work and ongoing teaching and learning activities. The commissioner also held discussions with community leaders on strategies to boost school enrollment and ensure retention. At the Damasak IDP camp, he visited a school managed by the Abadam Local Government Educator and completed an Islamic school, where he instructed the community to initiate formal procedures for establishing an Islamic college. The tour ended with an inspection of the ongoing construction of Government Secondary School Damasak, a constituency project sponsored by Bukar Gana Kareto, member of the House of Representatives. Me informed this visit by the Commissioner of Education, Lawan Abawa Kilbe, to seek support from security operatives and appeal for deployment of police personnel to schools to promote discipline, enforce order, and ensure compliance with regulations. The commissioner stressed that youthful exuberance can lead to social vices and that security presence can help curb indiscipline and violence among other emerging social vices to school safety and discipline, and disclosed that directives had been issued for the immediate deployment of additional manpower to safeguard student and infrastructure across schools in the state.
I've already directed the RRS and the vice. They have been doing it, they know it, and they'll do it well this time around.
The delegation then visited the NRCDC for a similar mission, where the commandant Harun Abdurazak pledged to ensure law and order in schools.
We will need you to help us identify schools well known for unruly behaviors so that this school will be on spotlight.
A meeting with children behave well.
I want to use this avenue to warn all school principals, particularly public school principals, to be on the watch out. Any school principal that allows misbehavior in the school will also be sanctioned.
Education Secretary of Jere, Dr. Mala Kuluma, and presidents of ANCOFS Abba Ali Ladan and that of NAFS Babagana Alkali pledged to adhere to the Commissioner's directives and urge parents to play their part in ensuring that their children conform to the instructions during and after school graduation.
Students, please behave well, considering the huge investment being made in the education sector by the government of the day in the state. The Sunday system are men and women whose dedication often goes unnoticed. That's talking about the civil servants. As part of this year's Civil Service Week celebration, the Borno State government has reignited hope for these unsung heroes, promising better working conditions, improved welfare, and greater recognition of their sacrifices. At a press conference held at the Musa Usman State Secretariat in Maiduguri, the State Head of Service, Dr. Muhammad Guluzi, reaffirmed government's commitment to addressing long-standing challenges affecting the civil workforce. Murjanat Hassan was there for us.
The Civil Service Week aimed at reflecting on past achievements, identifying challenges, and aligning with ongoing national reform efforts in line with the aspirations of the Zulum administration. Addressing journalists, Dr. Muhammad Huluzi commended the resilience and dedication of civil servants in the state. He highlighted key milestones including digitization initiatives, the conduct of promotional examinations, and capacity building programs. He also emphasized the critical role of the civil service in stabilizing governance, restoring public confidence, and supporting post-insurgency recovery efforts.
His Excellency has graciously implemented for civil servants 3.5% of their basic salaries. The government will subsidize the remaining percentage, which is 6.5%. And His Excellency, the Executive Governor, has directed to compute the financial implication of the 6.5%.
Dignitaries present at the event commended the Office of the Head of Service for its transformation efforts and urged civil servants
the Head of Service Borno State. It is timely. I commend the Head of Service for organizing this press briefing because Borno is moving forward.
I would like to thank the civil servants that are trying to meet up with the best global practice. Please, even if you have one computer in your ministry, in your agency, in your board, try and make use of it.
The civil servants are the backbone of governance. Their work is crucial for our ongoing reconstruction, rehabilitation, and restatement effort, especially in the face of the difficulties that we've been passing through these years. We commend your perseverance, your patriotism, and the sacrifices you are giving in service of our state.
So while I urge you to feel free, conferences is held for us to know exactly what government of Borno State is doing, and at the same time our issues, whether or not it will be handled by Borno State government.
Discussions at the press conference also touched on the implementation of the new minimum wage, payment of pension and gratuity, promotions, and the employment of more information officers. The session featured a question and answer segment, allowing stakeholders to interact directly with the head of service and other senior officials.
Nigerian Labour Congress says regarding the challenge, regarding the minimum wage for local government and primary healthcare workers at local government level. I want to know what strategies did the government put in place to ensure that those challenges are adequately addressed.
What is the state government doing or have done on the issue of the controversial lingering discrepancy?
In Maiduguri, Murjanatu Hassan, NTA News.
Any government that does not recognize the unwavering commitments of the civil servants is likely to go down the drain, isn't it? Let's now take you outside Maiduguri once again. For many residents of Biu, access to specialized medical care has for long been a challenge, but hope arrived in the form of a 2-day medical surgical outreach that turned the General Hospital Biu into a hub of healing and compassion. Organized by the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital Maiduguri and facilitated by Dauda Bulamu Miringa, the outreach brought together a dedicated team of surgeons, physicians, nurses.
During the outreach, over 2,500 patients benefited from a wide range of healthcare services, including 50 cataract surgeries and provision of 145 eyeglasses to patients with various refractive errors. The services also included free medical consultations, medications, distribution of treated mosquito nets, and mental and psychosocial support.
This medical outreach is a huge success for us. We anticipated nothing short of this because we planned assiduously, and alhamdulillah, we give gratitude to God for seeing us through a very hitch-free and successful medical surgical outreach here in Biu.
A nan General Hospital Biu, wanda ya ɗauki ɗawainiyar aikin nan shine Dr. Bulama Dauda Miringa. Ya yi wannan abun kuma kyauta ne ba da kuɗi ba. Don jiya yana ga musu duk wanda ya karbi kuɗi a waje a hannun wani to wancan mutum ya mishi sata.
The team paid a positive visit to the Emir of Biu, who expressed gratitude for the gesture and appealed for more support.
game da sha'anin ciwon ido Allah ya sa kuma an tuge ni an ba ni magunguna har da gilas shi yasa ina da godiya a kan wannan gwamnatin neman Allah ya sa ka
aka gwada ƙarfin ido aka bani glass 1.25 sa'annan an bani eyedrop kuma ba tare da ko naira ba. Duk wanda aka rubuta mishi magani za a rubuta a bashi. Wannan bawan Allah ban san sunan shi ba amma ya taimake mu, an ce mana daga Miriga yake ya ba da wannan taimako sama da mutane 3,000. Wannan al'amari na ji daɗi, na gira wannan bawan Allah na ce ya kamata in nuna godiya na domin abu ya na ji daɗin shi.
Suna duba mu kuma ko sisi ba su karba sun ba ni har da glass da kuma an yi aiki ma mama na. Mun gode muna farin ciki, Allah ya taimake su, Allah ya ja kwanan su.
Allah mun ga alama wannan aiki ne mai kyau wanda mun tabbatar ya yi mana amfani kwarai. mun gode wanda ya dauki wannan nauyin abun ubangiji Allah kai mishi sabaya, Allah saka mishi da alheri.
Kuma mun zo nan inda muka ga abubuwa komai yana tafiya kan tsari. Allah ubangiji ya taimake shi wanda muka na aiki magani sauransu kuma Allah ubangiji ya taimake kowa. Ba karbi kudin mu ba karbi komai ba, kawai ka zo ka faɗi bayanin ka a ce maka je wajen wannan bangare, ka je wajen wannan bangare, duk bangaren da akwai ciwon da ake damun ka kowa ya je ya samu biyan bukatar.
The outreach is part of the hospital's effort to integrate mental health services into general health care and engage with the community.
Of course, the society needs compassionate people like Dauda Bulama Miringa. May the Almighty continue to pave your way into prosperity for organizing that 2-day medical surgical outreach. The Sunday magazine train has now returned to Maiduguri, and wedding is next on our lineup. It was a joyous and colorful celebration as families, friends, and well-wishers from all walks of life gathered in Maiduguri to witness the wedding fatia of Khadijatul Khairiya, daughter of Sharif Mursala Ahmad Abdul Fateh. It's over now to Hawa Bashir Enkelori for the rest of the story.
The ceremony was graced by prominent dignitaries, including the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, Borno State APC Chairman, former Deputy Governor Usman Dulka, a representative of the Sheikh of Borno, top government officials, and respected Islamic scholars and imams. Sheikh Sukairut Ahmad Abdul Fateh, a of 1.2 million worth of gold was presented, followed by prayers for a blessed union, led by Khalifa Aliyu Ahmad Abdul Fateh. The bride parents expressed profound gratitude to Almighty Allah for witnessing their daughter's wedding.
My brotherhood brothers, that is the Tijaniya and the lovers of Sheikh Ahmed, my appreciation to His Excellency is unanimous and tremendous. We know how his office, which is very petrified with lot of responsibility.
Allah, albarkan Shehu Abdul Fateh. Ya kiyaye ta ya kai ta
mu shine za ta bi mijinta gwargwadon bi cikin bin Allah.
Muna farin ciki sosai, muna roƙon Allah subhanahu wataala wannan aure ya sa albarka mai yawa a ciki.
Zai lafiya kuma Allah ya kai ta gidanta lafiya, Allah ya sa kuma a ce gwamma da aka yi.
Ta yi ladabi da biyayya, abin da ya ce ta yi, abin da ya ce ta bari kuma ta zauna lafiya da danginsa.
Shi rayuwar aure haƙuri ne, kamar yadda ta ga mahaifiyarta ta yi haƙuri a ɗakin ta zaman aurenta har ta haife ta har ta girma, har yau ita ma mahaifiyarta ta aurar da ita, to duk haƙurin ne ya kawo haka.
Those that come from far and near, I wish them safe journey. I'm really grateful to Almighty Allah for seeing these days.
Muna farin ciki sosai. Allah ya ba su zaman lafiya, Allah ya ba su zuri'a ɗayyiba.
Relatives, friends, and siblings of the bride offer heartfelt prayers for a peaceful and prosperous marital life for the couple.
Miji ya sani an ba shi amana, kuma mata babu yadda
ciki muna farin ciki muna kuma godiya ga Allah subhanahu wataala da nuna mana wannan rana.
Khadija
Allah ya bata zaman lafiya, Allah ya bata zuriya tayyiba.
We are expressing our gratitude to everyone who attended this wedding.
Gaskiya mun yi murna sosai da yan uwa wanda suka halatta na nesa da na kusa.
For the bride Khadijatul Khairiyya, the day mark a joyous milestone, a dream fulfilled.
Ko dai ina ma iyayena godiya sosai matuƙa, Allah ya saka musu da alheri.
Ya? To muna farin ciki an yi taro lafiya ba wani hayaniya.
We hope the bride and groom there will justify the trust and confidence firmly. Now, it was a heartwarming and memorable occasion as the Northeast Learning Center held its 5th graduation and prize-giving day, a celebration of academic achievement, talent, and hope for the future. The ceremony held at the school's support of the children, many of whom are orphans. Let's now hear Amina Abbasanda.
If you're happy and you know, say hooray, hooray!
Representing the chairman of the center, Professor Hawa Abdubu, was the chairman of the Nigerian Civil Society of MMC, Dr. Umar Gwani, general manager of Maiduguri Flour Mills, Babagan Ahmed, and several education advocates. Head teacher of the school, Musa Usman Blama, highlighted the center's achievement since inception and paid tribute to its founder, former Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, and
children from different communities and IDBT camps, giving them basic education here. But alhamdulillah, with the help of the state government and the board members of this trust, we were able to achieve that. And actually, this is the 5th annual speech and prize giving day ceremony. So to me, it's a normal thing, and I feel very, very happy.
Guest speaker Dr. Umar Gwali, alongside Professor Hawa Abdu, commended Governor Babagana Umar Zulum and the Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Lawan Abba Wakilbe, for their unwavering support to the center and encouraged the school to explore entrepreneurship program to prepare pupils for self-reliance.
The event is excellently planned, and the learners were motivated. And if this kind of event is being organized to the learners, they will feel sense of belonging. As you know, all the children are orphans, and they now know government has come into their aid.
We want them to be ambassadors of these schools. Those before them have been a very good ambassadors and reached their top in this school, so we are also expecting them. For the parents, we want them to continue to pray for everyone that actually help their children in this school.
A highlight of the event was a captivating STEAM presentation on robotics, showcasing pupils' creativity through simple command-based programming.
Go there and dance. 1, 2, 3, dance, 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 dance. Stop.
The event also featured an entertaining performance by Mr. TLC, aka Mr. Noel, and cultural dances that reflects the rich heritage of Nigeria. The graduating head boy and head girl joined teachers and parents in expressing heartfelt appreciation for the opportunities the school has created, especially for orphans and vulnerable children.
Baban shi ya rasu watan shi 8 kuma ga lebun da ya kai Allah da ikon shi kuma da ikon manya. Ina godiya sosai.
This colorful ceremony showcased the positive impact of government and community support in shaping the lives of young learners, inspiring dreams and building a better future.
That the sky is just the limit for the Northeast Learning Center. Now listen to another story. Hope is returning to southern Borno, where communities once torn apart by conflict are now witnessing a quiet transformation. In the midst of it all is a renewed optimism by the leadership of Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, whose efforts in rebuilding lives and institutions have earned him deep admiration by the people under the platform of Southern Borno Concerned Citizens. The event, themed Transformative Leadership in Post-Conflict Era, a case study of Governor Zulum's administration in Southern Borno, highlighted strides in education, infrastructure, University of Maiduguri, and put together this story for Sunday Magazine.
A former minister of the Federal Republic.
The event brought together members of Southern Borno student associations from various institutions, including the University of Maiduguri, Borno State University, Ramat Polytechnic, Mohammed Gwani College of Legal Agriculture, among others. Declaring the event open, the chief host and Borno State Head of Service, Dr. Aminu Mohammed Guluzi, highlighted Governor Zulum's dedication to rebuilding and transforming Borno, especially Southern Borno, since assuming office in 2019, urging youth to emulate his visionary leadership and contribute meaningfully to nation building.
Very important program, harnessing the youth of Borno State, and because the life wire of Borno is on the youth.
Chairman of the occasion, who is also the chairman board of trustee of the association and former Borno State Deputy Governor Ali Abakar Jato, also praised Governor Zulum's leadership qualities and advised students to maintain discipline and coordination in their daily affairs.
Join me in congratulating the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, for all that has been trained as a notable performance, not only by those in Borno, but worldwide.
Presentations at the public lecture include professional relations between Southern Borno communities and the Kanuri people, and Dr. Usman Abdullahi Medoki delivered the details overview of Governor Zulum's achievement across all sectors, emphasized the need for youth self-reliance and community development. Chairman:
Rural empowerment refers to the process of increasing the capacity of rural communities to control their own development, make decisions about their lives, access resources and opportunities. Then, economic recovery. Economic recovery entails the process, the phase of the business or economic cycle following a recession from negative growth to positive growth.
The deep relationship between Southern Borno and the Kanuri nation is as ancient as the Kanuri Empire itself. The legacy of Yam Tarawala, the great founder of the Babur Kingdom, and one time ally and military vassal of the Kanuri rulers, illustrates this beautifully.
As a youth, we should never lose hope, because with resilience and dedication, I want to believe each and every one of us will reach his potentials. Nigeria is a very great country. Borno State is a very great state. Right now we have a very leader that is very determined to change the narrative. So I will implore on the youth to take that opportunity, leverage on it, and then make their dreams and future aspiration comes true.
With you, inshallah, our future and our destination will be materialized.
Southern Borno Concerned Citizens Borno State, Bulama Alisawa, who convened the public lecture, stressed the importance of youth empowerment in sustaining the governor's legacy.
We support His Excellency. All his policy, 25 developmental plan of His Excellency, we have seen it in Southern Borno, and we are continuing to support, appreciate. And in order for us to have a dividend in democracy, and we have to show to the world that we are appreciating what all his effort that is rendered to Southern Borno district.
Other speakers equally lauded Governor Zulum for his people-oriented programs that have transformed lives across the state and call on youth to carry the torch of responsible leadership.
Honorable Aliyu Muhammad Lambuba is member of Southern Borno, not just a member but a committed member who believes in youth and youth development.
This program, it was very interested, and then above all the unity among the people of Borno State and the Southern Borno. Particularly people of Southern Borno, we really appreciate the Governor Babagana Umar Zulum
to Southern Borno.
And we, the Southern Borno, are saying a big thanks to Professor Babagana Umar Zulum. Being a retired military personnel, I want to say to the nation that Professor Babagana is not just a governor, but he's a general.
No praise singing attach and take it or leave it. Professor Babagana Umar Zulum is a golden fish, and you know what that means. A golden fish will never have a hiding place. So we say well done to Southern Borno concerned citizens for extending that act of reciprocation. Let's move on now. It was a moment of pride and renewed hope for the people of Goza as youths, stakeholders, and community leaders gathered at the El Kanemi Hall of Ramat Polytechnic, Maiduguri, to witness the formal inauguration of the new with cultural vibrance and spirited solidarity marked not only a change in leadership, but also the launch of key entrepreneurship initiatives aimed at empowering youths and women across 3 wards in Goza local government area. Let's hear Iyamaji once again.
Preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of the forum.
After taking the oath of office, returning chairman Babalawan Mohammed reaffirmed his commitment to the cause of Goza people, pledging to consolidate on past achievements while strengthening community security, youth engagement, and developmental strikes. He reflected on the forum's accomplishments during his past tenure, assuring continuous collaboration with stakeholders to promote justice, unity, and effective leadership.
Justice's innovative spirit is reflected in our achievement. Over the past 2 years, we have made significant strides in education, healthcare, empowerment, local security support, water conservation. Key initiatives include education support. We supported qualified secondary school students across 13 wards, providing free JAM registration to over 95 students.
A representative of Senator Mohammed Ali Lumi emphasized the forum's role as the voice of Goza youth, assuring the senator's continuous support to ensure smooth operation and inclusive participation of all members.
Mu muna nan a zaman yayunan ku shamalla duk abin da ya kamata na tammako saboda mu ga ku samu cin gaba mu za mu mara muku baya.
Ku ci gaba da wannan abin Allah albarkaci matasan Goza da na Borno da na Arewa gaba da na Najeriya. Kuma duk abin da na ya shafi na haɗin kai kofin a buɗe yake don mu ba da gudunmawar mu ga ci gaban matasan Goza.
Saboda su taimaka ma wannan kungiyan so that za su yi wannan aiki fiye da wannan aikin da suka yi.
Some stakeholders and youth representatives praised the chairman's exemplary leadership, noting his ability to inspire and unite, as well as pledge their unwavering support for the forum's new leadership.
Chairman, kudos to you for this good work. If we had won the third gama at the University of Maiduguri, yanzu a Port Harcourt tana yin abinci, Google ka je Facebook ku duba kwawi. Baba da was chief judge at Borno State, yanzu abinci take tayi suna a Port Harcourt.
Dan Allah please na roƙonku bari
because I could vividly remember when I was a permanent commissioner in the Local Government Service Commission, this flood happened, and Goza Youth Community Watch, a forum, came to our office and gifted us so many things for Goza people. I am really proud of this one.
What is important for our people is the need for peace and security, and this will enable them to perform their economic issues, especially farming and other activities. So without security, actually we'll find a lot of problem.
Entrepreneurial projects that they have delivered speaks in delivering projects to the doorsteps of the people.
For them to bring such kind of good initiative, we really appreciate. We'll support them and we'll try to see how we can facilitate all their programs.
Other newly inaugurated executive members expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support from the community, which included generous donations and pledges from leaders and well-wishers contributing significantly to the forum's mission.
Our best wishes to the new executives of Goza Youth Community Watch Forum. Now, listen to another one. It was a joyous atmosphere filled with gratitude as worshippers from near and far gathered at the Good News Evangelistic Ministries International to mark the 37th anniversary of the church's establishment. The 4-day event featured soul-lifting music, revival and prayer sessions, thanksgiving service, and moments of reflection, celebrating nearly 4 decades of God's faithfulness. Godia Jacob, it's your turn tonight.
Leading the celebration, the General Superintendent, Reverend Ilya Drumbita, expressed profound gratitude to God for his sustaining grace over the years, encouraging the congregation to remain steadfast in faith and continue to pray for lasting peace in Borno State.
We appreciate God. Good News Church is a church that starts in Borno, right here in this Jerusalem world, with a lot of challenges, but we were focused. We know what God wants us to do for the state and for the Northeast, indeed for the rest of Nigeria.
Today we are celebrating not just a number, we're celebrating success. We're celebrating souls that were won to the kingdom of God.
Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Forimbaya, took the congregation down memory lane, recalling the humble beginning of the ministry on July 17, 1988, noting that despite years of insecurity, the church has continued to grow in strength and numbers through God's mercy.
The Good News Church is actually the indigenous church that has been formed by members in Borno State. We were all civil servants and we came together and said, let's start a church.
A major highlight of the event was the ordination of 11 ministers into evangelistic and pastoral roles, signifying your power. Touch them. Touch them. In his sermon, guest preacher, Pastor Kenneth Iwinko, drew inspiration from Acts 26 verses 14 to 23, emphasizing the importance of active participation in evangelism and the teaching of the gospel. Testimony of divine intervention and breakthroughs from members of the congregation added more color to the celebration.
It's a very beautiful year that when we look back, God has done so many tremendous things. We've been blessed severally, spiritually, physically, and otherwise.
The spiritual growth that we have got in this particular church has actually inspired us that we know that it has touched so many other people too. As you have heard, when they became 5, today they are only 3. So those that are alive have every reason to give God the glory.
So the celebration was wonderful. We believe that more souls will be won for Christ.
Give thanks to God, considering his mercies upon mankind. So, Good News Evangelistic Ministries International has actually done a great job there. In Maiduguri and its environs, fear lingers with every drop of rain, especially for residents who lived through the devastating floods of September 2024. From riverbank communities to low-lying neighborhoods, families are bracing themselves, clearing drainages, building makeshift barriers, and clinging to hope that this year will be different amidst the scars of last year's flooding, damaged homes, ruined livelihoods, and mass displacement, especially among vulnerable groups. While government agencies roll out preparedness plans and early nature's fury, Pauline Kujivana visited some of the areas at risk and files this report on the emotional and environmental realities facing Maiduguri residents as they prepare for what lies ahead.
Although rains are yet to set in fully
in Maiduguri and environs. The September flooding last year and the recent flood disaster in some local government areas of Borno State have sparked fear and anxiety among the residents of flood-prone areas here in Maiduguri amidst the NAME prediction that there will be flood in Borno.
It might happen again, but we are not expecting that. May God prohibit it. But as we can see, everybody that has witnessed that flooding will not wish that similar thing to come. So we are in great fear. So, but we know that the government has taken necessary measures in order to prevent another similar things if it might happen again. We have made something like dike. We have elevated some of our the entrance and even some of our streets. We have made some necessary measures in order to prevent similar sin.
Anybody, when in this Maiduguri, when you see this plot, it's not praying to see another plot because it's very bad thing. It's very dangerous. Let me tell you true.
For the last year, the place where I'm living, the flood floods the place. So for now, I didn't go back to that place again. So I'm already prepared. Even if the flood come, I will know where to go.
What happened last year, we are so shocked. That's why now we are preparing our loads, documents. We keep it aside in case, because we don't want what happened last year to happen this year again.
This fear are compounded by the current state of the Alo Dam, a key infrastructure meant to regulate water flow in the region, raising concerns about its capacity to contain excess water in the event of have intensified the urgency among residents and government authorities as heavy rains have already resulted in loss of life, destruction of farmlands, and displacement of families, highlighting the reality of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency NAME's prediction that Borno is among the states likely to experience flooding this year.
The rain is just starting, and we don't expect to experience much of flood. But then we need to be more cautious. One, our dam has collapsed last year. What we expect is that water retention will be very low. As the rain falls and then produce more water, water will flow naturally through the Jerry Ball where water collects annually. Fear, which people are not actually aware of. There was huge sedimentation of the river system. Over 30 to 40% of the river floodplain has been occupied by people. Structures were built. That has reduced the wideness of the river. As a recommendation that there should be serious dredging of the river because already siltation, sedimentation has taken place.
In response